There are numerous projects across the state, literally of them. You see the educational hub, the Edo sector, basic traditional education. You see the health sector. There's literally of project to go by. But I want to focus on what he has said, that because everything can come out and say a governor has not done well. But there are people who judge for themselves. I'll focus on what has been happening in recent time. What we've seen in recent time that is designing now is that the APC are now forcefully, they've been forced to come out with their candidate and hold rallies. And for the first time, we saw a candidate coming out with chukuli in his pocket to address the people. And even with the paper in his hand, he begins to yammer coherently, unable to communicate clearly what his plans and vision is. They are speaking about plans and visions, and I asked them, where exactly is their manifesto? What I saw was a small sheet of paper, a detailed copy of the simple agenda owned by Pastor Sageze Yamu. They have been brought now to say that's the agenda. Do the APC can have an agenda? Has he been able to tell the people what exactly he wants to do for Edo people? How can we bring a governor that said Benin City was founded in the year 1927, when Benin City dates back at the early 1100. A candidate that failed WAEC at the age of 36. A candidate that Yama equally given an opportunity to speak. A candidate that cannot crystallize the ideas. So the challenge for me is that it is consequential when they begin to drag these issues to pedestrianism. Anybody can be governor of Edo State. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But certainly not Monday, whose surname is Okpebholo. Because the man does not have the requisite capacity to communicate or administer over the affairs of Edo people. The man does not have the intellectual know-how. He has not put in place any plans, any process. So the man to a large extent is a flat tire, is literally bereft, is barren. The man cannot speak well to Edo people, cannot tell what he has or plan. And they are telling us that the man said, where has he said so? A man that cannot come in public domain, to even represent himself as they are representing the man, let the man also come out to public domain. As Godala has been on numerous television programs, he has entertained many interviews. But Akpakomiza, who they claim is Monday Okpebholo, has not for once appeared. The last time they were invited to arrive, he said they should pay him $1 million for him to arrive. Look at the man, look at the level of irresponsibility. For a man who wants to be governor, they should pay you $1 million to come and speak to the people.
So did you hear him say that?
That was the official provocation from the APC handle.
Did you hear him
that
say
was
that?
The official provocation from the APC handle. That's where it came out on national dailies. So for me, when APC comes around, see, for me, even for the fact that they presented Akpakomiza as a man of that nature, as candidate, and those states now looking like a ridicule and miss that nation. Even when I travel, I go to the Abuja, they ask me, how do people come around with that your APC candidate? To now believe that such a man will now, and I was even struggling to understand where will some people have you produced the like of Abrus Ali, have you produced the like of John Otige Oyegu, have you produced the like of Professor Salim Osubo, now denigrate. If you compare this man with Monday Okpebholo, is an intellectual dwarf compared to this group of persons. Why would you not denigrate to be such a man who cannot assemble his thoughts, who does not understand the reality of time, who says from his village in Irua to Akoko Edo is a 15-minute drive, who does not know the museum and a zoo? Let us leave the issue of those high-level governors away. Let us speak to. See, before a man will come out with a manifesto to say, this is what I want to do, the man should show that he has the capacity, the competence to even manifest. Anybody can write a manifesto for anybody, but can this man translate this manifesto into reality? Buhari came out with a land manifesto. He said he was going to do many things, but none of them were because the man does not have the capacity. The first thing we're going to start from is what capacity does this man have? What is his pedigree? A man that does not have education is coming to Edo State to promise us education, and you want us to believe. So it's a challenge. Well, even the form is submitted at INEC. The expression of interest form is in public domain. You can go and see the result he dropped. There is a WAEC result that he wrote at the age of 36. When he was asked,
that's a minimum requirement.
But when he failed woefully in that WAEC result, go and check the result.
The constitution did not say you must have A's.
Oh, okay. Even though he had D's, then he now asked him, what is your work experience? All this place was read. He wrote nil. That means the man has never done anything meaningful. He's not proud of all he has done all of his years. So I now begin to wonder, why is APC so desperate? But funny enough, I also understand that this is their stock in trade. APC consistently and continuously have been trading competence. Adams Oshomole managed to become governor of Edo State while it was ACN and restated himself. APC first brought Buhari. He wasn't known for any high-level engagement. He wasn't known for intellectualism. He brought him and we struggled to manage that administration for 8 years. And that brought failure and disaster to Nigerian people. And very quickly, they replaced him with Tinubu. So for me, I begin to wonder, these are persons who we know they are not very cerebral. Intellectually, they are not above the par. So we begin to wonder, and we see the way governors are slashed to pedestrianism. Now the leaders in Edo State have now returned to bring another the mistake that has been made in Nigeria. They want to make it happen in Edo State. So when you bring, why would they even manage to bring such a man to say he should be governor? The challenge for me is irritating, is nauseating, is chanting. And the people are irritated. Because I ever see recently, even the appearance they be going to Dr. Oshomole went on there to defend the candidacy of Akpakomiza. There was nothing he could say about to attack the unassailable personality of Godalo, the man who has worked, Asolimo Ogadalo is a lawyer, a seasoned economist, is a lawyer, is an investment banker, is a philanthropist, is an entrepreneur, is a sports coach, is a business coach and enthusiast, is a builder enthusiast. The man is a graduate of the prestigious University of Ibadan, graduate of the London School of Political Science and Economics, graduate of the prestigious law school. The man has worked in numerous places, he has engaged many people. He has proven beyond reasonable doubt to have the capacity to manage both man and resources to prosperity. And that's the kind of man we are working towards.
Let me pause you there. Let me quickly get...
Enough said already, right? It can never be overemphasized that there is a clarion call from all Edolites, from the nooks and crannies of this world, to reject without any form of sentiment the candidacy of Monday Okpebholo, aka Akpakomiza. Like you heard the young man there, Sheja Kudugba is his name. Here is a special assistant to the governor of political matters. Well established. Anybody can be governor, but not Monday Okpebholo. And the fact is clear. For someone like me, who has interest to get to the leadership space of the country, if I take the pain to go and start building capacity, gaining knowledge, gaining information, understanding data, understanding the challenge of our societies and what exactly should be the solutions, anybody can stroll out from his village and say he wants to be governor because he's got backings of a few persons. And like I've said in a few places, if not for the federal might and the unstable electoral system, and of course not unstable, the unfavorable electoral system, and the fact that these guys understand that they can eat their cake and have it with their elections, somebody like this will not be out contesting. I swear to God. And even the people campaigning for him at the moment, it is gladly because they want somebody to help them manipulate or rig the elections. Because if you come for look at the Kogi guy, for example, Udodo Usman, that once called and said my fellow widow, a man. Look at what he's doing. Look at the election so far. Whenever an illiterate and enlightened mind or an exposed individual or a crude, rude, and very intellectually dwarfed, just like Sergio said it, individual is out for election, understand that a manipulation is being planned. Because sincerely, if we are going to go into an election and then you know that you are going to be able to speak out your plans and purposes and then sell yourself to the people, and you know you do not have the capacity, and you know the election, look at the US election, for example. Joe Biden, respected sitting president, knew he doesn't have what it takes to contest in the next election. Why? Because at the point of campaigning for the election, he realized that he is no longer as strong as possible and he needs to take care of himself personally and then privately. He has dropped it. So it means therefore that when an election is going to be an election, mediocres stay away. The reason we have majority of mediocres coming forward in an election because our elections are not elections, they're actually selections. If we have a sincere, deep look at for example, the 2007 Edo Elections, for example, the ACN brought Adam Soshomele, of course, remember from the Labour Party, and then the marriage that brought him to the ACN. The PDP submitted Professor Sare Mansubu. Adam Soshomele may not have been that level of, he may not be the book person, but his level of wisdom and smartness cannot be even argued. Sare Mansubu being professor of law and he was a serving senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You saw what happened in that election. Anytime people are going towards an election and they know there's going to be an election, they will provide the best candidate. But anytime you see people like Monday Okpebholo, Muhammadu Buhari, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Usman Ododo of Kogi State before an election, know that rigging is what is being planned. But God would forbid that APC will rig the elections. They did it before in the federal. This one, Edo people will resist it. First and foremost, reject the candidacy of this guy. He is not qualified to even run in this election. Not be saying a rig on the plan for this one. Are you mapping? Say make they do re-election. As we don't need to contest, may better rest. But if I contest with him by 10 o'clock, election don't finish. say make they really say make they do better election. Not be rig una dey plan. I beg you.